How to research like a pro six-figure copywriter. Let's get into it. One of these dishes or shabu shabu, but this is standard wagyu, so maybe this is the one. Okay, so the first thing that you want to look at is you want to research your client. Client is the very first thing you want to research because you want to know everything about the product that you're about to sell. You want to know the benefits. You want to know how the product works or how the service works if it's a service. You want to know what makes this unique, what makes it different, what makes it special. What is the experience that customers have of the product? You want to know every single thing you can possibly know about the product. And if your client is a business owner that also has a personal brand, you also want to know a lot about him or her. What are their values? What are their beliefs about business or about whatever they're selling? What are some of their stories? Who are some of the people that have changed their life? You want to know everything you possibly can about the product and about the clients. So the client, about the product, the service, everything to do with that. So you want to spend a lot of time studying all of that, okay? The second thing you want to do is you want to know everything about your customer. That's right. You want to know what they like, what they don't like, their dreams, their fears. A lot of these things sound very simple, and maybe you've seen another video that talks about researching your customers. But how many of you have actually gone and researched your customer like deeply, like listened to a sales call like all the way through, or read all the testimonials on your client's website, or like read every single testimonial that you've got over the last year? Very few copywriters actually go to into the details of studying their customer. And another thing that you can do to study your customer that most people don't talk about is going to other people's sales pages. If you read a sales page from a company that's selling a product that's very similar to the product that you are selling, you're going to get a lot of customer language. You're going to see the things that the customers like and don't like. Think about it. If you're selling a product in the health supplement space, let's say you're selling something to help people with knee pain, right? So you're selling a product about knee pain and you want to research about people who are over 60 or maybe over 70 that have knee pain, but you want to learn more and you're not really sure where to look for that information. You could go to a competitor's sales page and read everything about knee pain. And that sales page, let's say that company makes $10 million a year, they know exactly who they're talking to. They've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars producing that sales copy to get customers, and they know their customer very, very well. So you read that page and you're going to learn everything that you need. You're going to learn everything that you need about that customer. And that actually brings us to the third point. And the third point is competitors. You want to study your competitors. You want to know what they're doing and what they're saying. And you also want to know what they're not saying, because what they're not saying is going to give you an advantage when you write copy, in your ads, in your emails, and also when you present your offer. So these are the three most important things you want to study. You want to know your clients inside and out. You want to know your customers inside and out. And you want to know your competitors inside and out. And a lot of copywriters, they know these things. And I'm bringing it up. This is not new information for most of you. These three things, the 3 C's of research, are pretty simple and are very fundamental to copywriting. But very few copywriters go deep. They don't go deep enough into this part of the process because they just study the vague stuff. They just study the stuff on the surface. You know how you know when you're done with research? You do. You just know. You know because you can just close your eyes and you know exactly what to talk about. You know exactly what the product is like. And that's why when you're starting out in the early days, I would actually recommend that you write for a business that you're actually already a customer of. Because you're the customer, you can also talk about other customers. And because you're the customer, you probably compared your options and you probably compared yourself. You compared solutions. You looked at other competitors. So when you've been the customer of a product, you know the client, you know the customer, and you usually know a lot of their competitors too. And that's exactly how I closed one of my very first copywriting clients. I closed them because I was one of their customers and I knew everything about their product and everything about their business. And so I'd really recommend that you target businesses that you've been a customer for before, that you've bought from before. I would recommend, even maybe if it's not that particular business that you bought a product from, if you've bought a similar product in the past, I'd highly recommend that you target them as a potential client because you know that company, you know that industry, you've been the customer, and you know the competition. So those are the 3 C's of how to research like a copywriting pro. Now let's eat some food. じゃあ、まだ決めてないんですけど、おすすめありますか？
おすすめですね。
うん
お。すすめは、まずこのメニューになります。こ
うん
のメニューは、このお店の、名前を、
ああ、そうなんですか。
出て、
So this is Wagyu beef with tofu and radish and what is, I don't remember what these are called, even in English, and then ponzu sauce. So let's just start with this. I'm actually not sure how to eat this, but that's so soft. Look at these chopsticks, by the way. Look at the chopsticks. Look how thin they are. That's how you know you're in a fancy establishment. Like the thinner the chopstick at the end, the higher the quality. So this is good.
卵をかき混ぜて、和牛をつけて食べてください。
はい。
完成です。
じゃあ、これとね。
いいです。
はい。So, you want you to do is you're going to mix this into like a bit of a sauce, right? Like this. こんな感じですね。
はい。
はい。後で、こんな感じ。
Yes.
Okay. And you eat it like that because it's like raw egg, but it becomes the sauce. And then you go to heaven. Wow, it's good. This is the best thing I've ever eaten. It's phenomenal. But they just gave us a little photo.